Someone just said something to me like literally 4 minutes ago that really impacted me and made me want to talk about this even more. And what he said was that a mentor of his once told him that every single person we know is going to get their last day with us. I'm going to say it again. So every single person that we know is going to have their last day with us. And that's so profound. Like, the truth behind that is impactful, because if we remember that every single person that we know one day is going to have their last day with us, it really changes the way that we think about how we show up, doesn't it? Or at least for me, it has changed the way I think about the way I show up. I already try to be as inspired in any given moment as possible. But something that is super inspirational is to be extremely aware of the impact that we have on others, right? And in being an artist, there's this pressure all the time to be inspirational. And I want to share a piece of wisdom with everybody that I've learned in being in this career as an artist and having that expectation all of the time to always be an inspirational person. When I was showing up in the world thinking that I need to go out and inspire others, I felt really lost. Like it was really hard to be that for everybody all of the time. Now I have a way of feeling inspired all of the time. And by turn, I inspire a lot of other people. But it's not by trying to inspire others. That is like trying to pour from an empty cup instead of focusing on how to keep the cup full. I turned my focus inward and began thinking, how do I inspire myself? What do I need to do in a day to keep myself inspired? And once I started looking at it like that, I have become able to tap into this infinite golden spiral of healing within my own self. And it ties directly to what I do in creating art. I'm able to show up every day creating how I want to create, creating what I want to create. And just by the mere fact that I'm super inspired, I have these conversations with other people and they're like, you're so inspiring. I'm so inspired by you. But remember that my intention never was necessarily to do that, although it makes me really happy that I did. Don't get me wrong. Showing up for other people is extremely important. I'm showing up right now, right? I try to make a point to be live consistently at the same time on the same days so that people know when to meet me there. Like, I have been changing some things around, so my communication is getting better and better. But if it's a Sunday or a Tuesday or a Thursday and it's 5:55 Eastern Standard Time, I'm right here. And I'm right here because I want to show up in this way consistently to communicate with other people. I want to have the chance to inspire others. I'm only able to consistently show up because I'm inspired. I take a look at the clock and I'm like, okay, yes, it's about that time to sit down and reflect on what is it that has made my heart sing today. And I want to say it again. It's what that person just told me right before this, which is that every single person we know spends their last day with us at some point. For me, in thinking about that and in reflecting on that, and actually probably even before I ever thought about it, because I remember being very young, having these concepts of, if I create art, one day, even if I'm not in the room, the art is in the room, and therefore my essence is there. This is something I was thinking about at like 7 years old. How cool is it that if I create a painting and then maybe never go in that space again, that the painting has a life of itself. That's something that I was able to understand just by doing what felt inspirational to me. And the more I have taken action in doing that, the more I've learned it to be true. And so while it's the truth that every single person I know is going to have their last day with me, I hope that a lot of those people that I know also have something in the physical to remember me by. Because I'm aware enough to know that I do inspire other people in my inspiration. And if the way that I play with color inspires others, then I want as many people as possible in this life to have the colors that I created pattern or marks with right nearby. I am here to connect with love as a conduit to the divine. The best way I know how to do that is to create and to give of myself and to make my work available in a way that establishes me, in a way that still shows my value, shows me that I am a leader in respecting that value. And exactly right, it will be eternal. And this, you guys are so sweet, Tom, that you're glad I'm here with you. I'm glad to be here. And oh, hello. You said you're new to the sphere. Happy to be here. I'm so happy to have you here. It makes me just thrilled to connect with new people, especially on live stream. It's beautiful. I'm going to definitely be messaging each of you. I love this concept right here, Nidal, that it will be eternal. And that's exactly right. The work that I create is eternal. And as I grow and as I become even more established and well-known as an artist, like I will create works that literally are eternal just based on their material. I mean, in the physical and on the blockchain. Like the work that I create in the physical, I want to do like iron sculptures and brass and big metal installation works in a physical space. But then also, just by existing on the blockchain and how technology is evolving and owning and trading my work in a non-fungible way. And I know that might sound like, what is she talking about? There's a lot of development that's been happening in the art world. In that way, everything I create does become eternal. And that's a really special thing. And dang, I'm inspired by that. And if me being inspired by that inspires others, then I feel like I'm doing exactly what I'm created to do. We all deserve that. We all deserve to be able to show up in a way that makes us just so happy, that makes us like thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to do what I do. How many people can say that? I hope a lot, and I want it to be more. But maybe the more that I say it and the more that I mean it, then the more people who hear me say it and mean it. And then the more people who hear me say it and mean it, the more people think, I want that too. And if that's what you're thinking, then I'm happy because I'm here to tell you it's so possible. Not only is it possible, but it's actually so practical. It takes a lot to get to that point. I'm not going to lie. But it's possible. Exactly. Wow, I'm so happy that you're here with me. Tom, Nidal, Malaika. I hope I said that right. Whatever, I'll follow up with you and see if your pronunciation's on your profile. Yes, normalize joy. Oh, you're still here with me. Let me know if I said your name right. Normalizing joy is so important. So important. And, you know, I schedule out my joy before I schedule anything else out. Seriously. I I write it in my planner before. I write out in my planner meditation before I do any single thing in the day, or going on a walk. Anything. Joy comes first. One advice. Let's see what this has to say. One advice. The more you'll think about it, the more it will become complicated. Keep it as simple as you do, and you're already there. It'll be like a wave going bigger and bigger. Exactly right. I used to overcomplicate a lot of stuff, and I just sort of decided to simplify. And living a simplified life is such a beautiful thing. We don't need overcomplication all of the time. And it's okay to be complex. Don't get me wrong. I find myself to be a very deep person. I have conversations which are very metaphysical and broad and complex, layered. I prefer that. I prefer having those kinds of conversations over anything surface level. But that doesn't mean there's not room to simplify. There always is room. So I really appreciate that advice, Nidal, and I agree. And I'm glad that you recognize that that's where I'm already there, because I'm really in that headspace. And it goes right back into inspiration, doesn't it? Because if we think that there's a million barriers between us being inspired and us inspiring others, then we're going to feel really confused. Like, we're going to feel lost. And that's what I shared before, was that I definitely have felt lost in trying to do that for other people, until I realized that by simply just being inspired, I show up in a way that does inspire others. Why can't you? You said, I wish I can do like you, planning my joy first. I'm inspired already. See, it works. You can. You wish that you can do like me. You can totally do like me. Just it takes time to grow into that way where it becomes normalized in your life, but it's totally a totally possible and practical thing to do. I'm glad I pronounced your name right. Yay. And I love this quote. Like, this is perfect. I'm definitely going to make sure I comment it on the post just again, so that more people see it. Like, joy is the entree, not dessert. Joy might be breakfast. Did we just come up with something really cool? I think we did. I think you did. That's awesome. Joy is breakfast. That's so true. Yes, it's not. I might have joy for dessert too, though. Don't tell anybody. I might have double joy. No, I love that. Yes, I love this question too, Tom. And I need to make another post about this so that more people can, my new connections can see, because I do use a planner, and I'll show you. I use a daily planner, and this is not a paid advertisement. I just really love this brand. Okay. They are called Anecdote Planner, and this is my planner. It says healthy illuminated being, and that's a picture of me. And then my one-word intention for the year is balance. So it says 2021, an anecdote of balance, and then it's got my signature. And then let's see. I'll show you how I organize my planner, and then I'll probably wrap up because I was only planning out 15 minutes. And hi, David. Hello. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you connect with all the people in the chat, because they're all amazing people, new and old. Or I hate saying new and old because it makes it like, are you talking about young and old? No, that's not what I mean. I just mean the people I've known a long time and the people I've known a short amount of time, right? That sounds better to me. Okay, I'm not going to show you everything, but I will show you the way I organize based on color. So I organize my planner out in 8 main categories. 4 of them are personal development and just like me as a person. And then the other 4 are ways that I make money, or my brand / my company, right? And the first 4, or the most important 4 to me, are meditation, growth, gratitude, and joy. So that joy definitely comes in there as breakfast. Although technically meditation is my breakfast because I start my day with that before anything else. Glass of coconut water and meditation. That's my breakfast. And then something that brings me joy, right? Gratitude, I sprinkle out throughout the day, and growth is definitely a daily thing too. I do all of these things every single day. The other 4, which are me focusing on my business, Art by CDK LLC, so my independent artist business. I work on my site / my shop, which I'm branding and launching a brand new site probably next week. I'm almost done with it, even though we just started, which I'm got amazing people around me. As well as my social media, so engaging with people. My live stream, so I'm doing one of them right now. And then the last one is freelance, so the work that I do, like my projects, the collaborations I do with other people, the things that are like directly money in my pocket. That's not something available in my website shop, right? So yes, highly classified organizer. Whoop whoop! I love that. That makes me party. I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, but it's very comprehensive, and it makes me so happy. Like, this planner is so great. I really recommend it. Like, I'm going to send you guys a link or something. It's called Anecdote Planner, and it's available like on Amazon. Don't know how you feel about purchasing stuff from Amazon, but it is available there. And at the end of the week, on every Sunday, so tonight, once I sit down and do my reflection for the day, I'm going to write out, like, in the different colors per line what I did during the week. So I'll read last week's just because, and then I'm going to get off the live because I'm already over. I have so much fun sometimes when I come on here that I just keep going, but I'm going to keep it short because I'm trying to that's something I'm working on with my growth, is more boundaries. See, okay, this is perfect. Something I was grateful for today. Well, I'm really grateful for this moment, not gonna lie. And I'm gonna share with you my list from last Sunday, and these are all lists of things I'm grateful for. So I feel like that's gonna directly answer the question too, while also sort of putting a bow on this whole live stream for today. So mind you, this was last week going into this week. And then tonight I'm going to write down what my reflection of this week was. So this was a week ago. This week I healed in entirety. I supported community in my being. I dove into a pool and I got sandy. I drew out of gratitude for my family. I took notes and I took action. I applied knowledge. Big things have happened. I passed along knowledge of soul. I educated myself and built relationships. This week, I know there is nothing in my shadow. I was reminded of my angels. I held myself accountable. I created brain dump. You guys should check out my profile. You might have to go a little bit back, but I do believe it's featured. It's a virtual reality painting I did. I'll tag you guys on the post, or I'll tag all of you on the post so that you can see. I bought tacos and I did yoga. I absorbed healing vibrations. I learned about NFTs. I went live and addressed my audience. I bought a USB adapter. I mindfully aligned myself. I supported my artist friend Kira X23. I envisioned augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality futures. I reflected on my life story. I emphasized prosperity. I embraced abundance fully. I healed. So that was my list. And then I wrote out my priorities for this week. And sometimes I write really lofty goals for myself just to see if I can do it. This week, my goal was to secure $10,000, which I'd never done in a week. And I haven't quite gotten to that point, but I'm a lot closer than I thought that I would be. And it's all just in doing my art. How cool is that? Like, I'm geeking. That is amazing, right? My words that I chose as my priorities were to bring into fruition, manifestation, power, purpose, transformation. And then there were more practical things I wrote out, like to do an Excel spreadsheet and to file for my taxes and to create a LinkedIn business page and to create my $7 membership program. And you know what? I would love to teach you. These are amazing questions. So thank you guys for being so engaged. This is awesome. And you're welcome for the informative info on my planner. I love to share these things. And no, I'm not going to stay on for much longer because I have to set boundaries for myself in order to be able to show up consistently, right? So, but I come on 3 times a week. I show up on Tuesdays, I show up on Thursdays, and I show up on Sundays at 5:55 Eastern Standard Time. You always will see me there. And if something happens, I do say ahead of time, or at least I try to. And I would love to teach you. And this is a cool way to let you guys know that I'm coming out with, I'm going to tag each of you on several posts, and it's not spam. It's everything I mentioned in this video. And I have a pre-enrollment link out right now for a $7 a month membership. And I promise you it is so much more than $7 value. You get every single YouTube video playlist I have ever created. I'll show you about my organizing in my planner. I'll teach you other note-taking skills. I collaborate with big brands by taking visual notes for them. You're going to get a one-word I read Malika said manifest, and I read that. You get a one-word intention for every single day, a video directly in your inbox of me saying what the one-word intention is. Like, so for today, it's inspiration, but tomorrow it's going to be something totally different. And that's my way of being able to directly teach people at scale, because I want to be able to do that more and more often, right? And so, yes, #manifest. I love that. And I love to learn more about everyone here and to hear your stories. So please don't feel like you have to hesitate in sharing about what you're passionate about in the DMs. I'm happy to learn about you and your professional endeavors and all of the great stuff that you're engaging in. So thank you for an awesome show. You're addicted. That's funny. Can't wait for Tuesday. I can't wait to see you there. All right, everybody. I am logging off now, but I'm so grateful for each of you to super answer the question again. I'm grateful for each of you for showing up, and I'll see you on Tuesday. I very much hope. 5:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am going to come out. My producer and I are going to get together, and he's going to put out events for the coming episodes. So I will make sure that each of you get invitations, and I can't wait to tag you in all of those things that I mentioned so that you have something visual to look at and remember it by. Blessings to you. And just remember that when we show up inspired in ourselves, that's whenever we are able to have an impact on other people. Don't look outside of yourself. Just remember that as long as we experience joy, that we're doing everything we're supposed to do in this life. And that's really something. And yes, I'm glad you mentioned this, David. I'll make a shout out to you. If people are looking for podcast, being able to show up on a podcast, definitely reach out to David and connect with him. And David, you should reach out to each of them and even watch some of my recent playbacks, or like look in the comments of some of my playbacks or posts, because I bet there's a ton of people who would want to have conversations with you. Blessings to each of you. Be well, and just find something you're grateful for today.